Alrighty, so today we're going to be going over candle range theory. What candle range theory is an ICT concept. And before we jump in, just remember you can chat in the chat if you guys have questions. It doesn't just have to be me talking. But candle range theory basically is an ICT concept to help you determine your bias or predict where the market's going, and we'll go over lots of different examples for that today. Yeah, basically to put it simple, just an ICT concept. I'm going to look up a picture for you guys so you can kind of see what we're looking at here. We talked about this the other night. Where is it? There's a picture right here. Okay. So candle range theory is basically just a candle formation where we get this middle picture is the best example. We get on a higher time frame, anywhere from like, you can use any time frame to be honest. I usually use higher time frames. We get a candle with wicks on both ends. The next candle would ideally take out the high or the low. But the important part is that it closes back inside the range. And then the next place we would look to go is the range low. So this candle would be range high, range low. We swept range high and we closed inside this range. So now we look for range low next, right? This other example here, wicks both sides. We sweep range low, but we close inside the range. Then we move to range high. Same thing over here, right? So just a detailed explanation there. And we're going to go over lots of examples. There was even examples today. Okay, so this morning there was really nothing on NQ. Let me look here. Okay, there's nothing on NQ for a range, so I usually start on the 4 hour. There is now. So right here we have a candle from 5 a.m. this morning. Wicks on both sides, so that's range high. This would be range low, right? We did sweep range high during the day, so once this 4 hour candle closes, I would have been expecting lower prices, right? So when this closes at 18,178, I would expect lower prices down to range low. Obviously, we didn't move down 100 and whatever points at the end of the day, but we did move lower, okay? And you just start dropping time frames, so we could be expecting lower prices going into tomorrow. Okay, we'll drop down to the 3 hour. I put in the chat this morning, in the general chat, that I was expecting a push up to 5204 on ES, and we'll even drop here. I believe it was 30 minute time frame, maybe hour time frame. So yeah, this is it. So on the 30-minute time frame before open, there was really nothing great on the higher time frames, but here we had, let me full screen this for you guys here. So we had this, we back up right here. This would have been our range high, right? This candle, and this would have been our range low. You can see we had a candle wick here, and we closed inside, right? Closed inside this range. And then this is when I put out that message this morning saying I expected a push at least up to 5204. Okay, I put that out right before the market opened. And obviously we did push up, right? If we fast forward, we took range high there. Okay, so just a bullish on open. I even took a long stab, like right around this area, like a minute before open, because I was just expecting higher. But that's just an example there. So just think about it. We're moving from range to range, and each candle is considered a range. Okay, so you can think of each candle as a range. Okay, and it was the same thing on YM this morning. Okay, if we went to YM, I still have it marked out. We had a high here, a low here. We swept this low from this 30-minute candle. Okay, it closed inside the range, and we were expecting, again, higher prices, right? It's pretty simple. It doesn't have to be even too long of a meeting here, but I wanted to kind of point this out to you guys because it's so good. Okay, it works so often. And we'll even go back in time, see if we can, the best way to do this probably, we'll open up FX replay. Let's just go on. I already have some set up here. It's just a random one here. So we'll go on FX replay and we will go to the New York session here. So that's when the market opened. Okay, so always start on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, this is an example right here. We had this candle right here. Okay, we had this next candle close or wick below this range, and it closed here. So we'd be expecting this high to be swept. It did get swept. Obviously, already happened. So we can ignore that. There's nothing really on the 4-hour currently. 3-hour, really nothing in here. We could look at this. Okay, so it's a little bit further back that we're looking. I'd want to try and find something a little closer from pre-market rather than the previous night. But we did just sweep this range high technically and close inside, so we could be looking for lower prices again. Okay. Ideally, we have similar results here with the lower time frames, so it's not conflicting. One side's telling us short, one side's telling us longs. Okay, so we'll keep lowering our time frames here, and there's really nothing on the 2-hour here. We'll drop to the 1-hour. Looks like we had news this morning. Yeah, news there. Drop to the 30-minute, so we might need to wait until 10 o'clock. So I would say at this moment, I'd be probably expecting lower prices from that 3-hour that we were looking at, but we're gonna fast forward until the 10 o'clock. Because 10 o'clock is when new hourly candles open. Okay. So moves a bit higher. Obviously, it's not going to work every time, right? Just want to get a bit better picture on what's going on. So 4-hour, still nothing. 3-hour, we had this candle close in the range, right? Nothing besides that. 2-hour, again, not a lot. Here, this is another range, technically, okay? So the 1-hour time frame had this big candle, big doji, wicks on both sides. We just swept the high, closed here. So next we would try to see if we could move to range low. Okay, so 637. Let's see if there's anything on 30-minute. 30-minute, same sort of thing. Okay, so again, be trying to expect lower prices. Don't know if it'll happen, right? We do move. I mean, that's a 70-point lower, but ideally we sweep range low. All right, there we go, right? This is just a random day too. This is the 18th of January, 2023 last year, right? I'm not gonna know what's going on. So that was based off of the 1-hour candle range theory, okay? So the 3-hour, we were expecting this range low to be swept on the day, okay? And that's because of this range high got swept, closed in. This range low is now our next target. Okay, so we could move down there. And we'll just keep fast forwarding to see if we do. Yeah, we do. We grab that, right? So that played out beautifully. The 1-hour, again, more lower time frame. So big picture, we were looking for this high to be swept, which it did, and then this low to be hit, which again it did. Smaller time frame, this high got swept, so we were looking for this low. Okay, but you can look for trade ideas all inside of here, right? So technically, we had break a structure here. If you're just looking at regular ICT concepts, break a structure, giant fair value gap here. Could have taken the 50% of that gap, which would have been right around here. Could have taken that short, right? Look for a good short opportunity and target these lows. All right, that's kind of the idea behind it. Help you determine your bias. Okay. Do you guys kind of understand what's going on. I'm sure you do. It's not super complicated. No, there's not a lot of you in the audience right now, but that's okay. Most people are only interested in the algos. But here we're on the next day here, so we'll do the same thing. Looking for the ranges. So there's nothing on the 4 hour. 3 hour doesn't really look like much. 2 hour, there's potential here. Candle hasn't closed yet, obviously. But this is what we'd be looking for. We had range here, swept range low. Looks like we'd probably close above in the range here, so we'd be looking for range high at 415. See what the 1 hour is looking like. 1 hour, we probably have to wait till 10 o'clock again here. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to wait till 10. We'll see what happens with this right here. This 30-minute time frame, wicks both sides. We just swept the high. This has got 14 minutes, so we'll see what happens on the open. So we're a little bullish on the high time frame, a little bearish on the smaller time frame. So we didn't close that. So looks like our higher time frame bullish was working out. Higher time frame bias was working out. Okay, so we did sweep that high. Again, we didn't have a candle close or anything, but we were just predicting, right? So if you look now it doesn't look like anything. Okay, well, we'll wait till 10 o'clock. So market opens there. We'll wait till 10. And then we'll look again, okay? We'll remove the drawings, we'll look again. See if there's anything clear popping out. Do have wicks both sides there. Looks just messy here. Might not be a good day to trade. Yeah, nothing super clear. So we'll just go the next day because there's not going to be stuff that's clear every single day. Okay. Do a couple more, then we'll wrap up. So nothing on the 4 hour, 3 hour. There is something here. Okay, so we range high, range low because we swept this candle and closed inside. So we'd be expecting lower prices down to here on the 3 hour time frame. 2 hour, not really showing us much. Again, swept this high. Could be expecting this low, but that candle hasn't closed. Hourly looks pretty good. Then I'm drawing multiple lines here, but hourly range, swept the range high, closed in the range, and I'd be expecting at least this low at 402. Okay, I think we'll just focus on that. Expecting lower prices there. Who knows if it'll actually happen, right? Okay, so there's the 402. So we were correct with that hourly bias. Okay. Now the higher time frame bias, we were expecting 365. Okay. And again, we'll double check at 10 o'clock to see what's changed. Okay, so 10 o'clock there. And again, we already had the 402 hit, and that was a 30-minute. Okay, so that worked out pretty well. But now we'll go through everything again. So 4 hour, nothing there that I see. 3 hour, I'd still expect this low to be hit, 365. Or that's what I'd be hoping for. Can't say I expect it, that's what I'd be hoping for. 2 hour, there's nothing. Hour, really nothing either. 30-minute, nothing. 15-minute, nothing. Yeah, so we're just waiting. We'll see if this 365 hits. May not, but we already hit this target at 402. Okay, so see if that does hit by the end of the day. Looks like it's a bullish day. So yeah, okay. So we had this 30-minute work. This 3 hour didn't, but still a nice 40-point drop there from the open. And we'll do one more day here. But it's not super hard to understand. It's basically just each candle can be its own range, and you're just playing that range, okay? Not super complicated. So not tons of great examples. We had a few good examples though. Even really nice examples, but Okay, so this is a good one. So I would almost guarantee that this one works because, okay, this is a good one. We'll see. This candle right here, right? This would be our range. We swept the range, had a nice wick on it, closed in the range. And also this candle has no wick on it at the bottom. So 659, I would expect to hit. I'm not even going to look at the other time frames because I would expect it to hit here. We'll see if it does. Okay, it could just be bullish day, but I'd say there's a good chance that it moves down to 659. And again, we'll double check at 10. Okay, so just a bullish day. So let's double check what's going on. Obviously, it's not going to work all the time. It'll just help you determine your bias for the day, right? So the hourly did look pretty good there. Like this is exactly what you'd be looking for. And if we pull back this picture, right? Let's pull this back. This is exactly what we're looking for, right? We had a range, wicked it, we'd be looking for the low, right? That's exactly what candle range theory is. That one just didn't play out in our favor. That's fine. And it won't always work, right? So it doesn't look like anything there. On the higher time frames, you can keep playing it. I don't think it's going to do much. It's just probably going to go up the rest of the day. Yeah. Again, yeah, not every day is going to work, but I thought that one looked pretty good. Pretty good example. Just didn't work out, which, again, that's okay. So not tons of examples here on this day. So 15-minute, we have one. We'll see if this plays out. I don't love using the 15-minute. We had a wick on both sides there. That'd be our range. Candle wick the low, so we'd be looking for the 886 up here. Okay, that was really the only thing that was there for us. We'll see if that happens, and then we'll double check at 10 as well. Okay, so that one worked out well, 886. Again, the only thing I see here, potentially a fair value gap bounce, but yeah, I'd say that was good. And you can check this throughout the day, right? You can check it every time there's a certain amount of candle closes or whatever. So we'll double check again. So we were correct on that one. That was a beautiful, beautiful one there. Yeah, I'm gonna post the video. I'm recording it right now. I'll post it right after this. We'll see if there's anything else here. Otherwise, I think that was enough examples. We'll see if this hits. So this would be our range here, the 930 candle. We wicked all this liquidity as well, which is just kind of like an added bonus. Wicked all that liquidity up there. We closed inside the range, so we expect range low. So 839 would be what we were shooting for, okay? And that's as of right now. So right now, if we were to just say go short there, what's going to happen if we swept range low? There you go. There's $500. Okay. So yeah, there you go. That's kind of candle range theory. You're playing each candle as its own range. Okay, just think about it like that. Start with the higher time frames, check lower, and if you just remember these pictures here, have a range here, we sweep the range and we close back inside of it. So you mark out this right here. We had a candle sweep it, close inside that range. We look for the opposing side. Okay, same thing here. Wicks, wick the bottom, take that low. We expect range high. Okay. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little back testing. I'm gonna end the recording right now.